Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Pick a Card. I am going to be drawing cards for love this morning. And as you guys know, on these particular readings, these are just single card readings. I have to thank the people that have emailed me and told me how even one card has helped their situation. And it inspired me so much because you guys, you know what? There's nothing more fun than pull cards for y'all and to get to know you, people who are joining me with the heart to manifest more love in their lives from all over the world. So welcome. We just use the Palo Santo to lift our hearts, lift our spirits, because when it comes to love, it can be feast or famine, right? I love this little figurine because it shows that our mood can swing from wildly positive to wildly negative in a nanosecond. And part of finding a love relationship that works is that you have to be willing to deal with all of that. Okay. So that's what we're here for today. I have brought my favorite deck, the deck that has comforted me over time, time and time again, the Light Seers. And we are going to draw cards for you in love. So if you are curious, there's only one thing I'm asking when you make your request. I'm asking for you to mention one thing that you're grateful for, something that you appreciate in your life today. And it might be like for me, it's my pets because they are always loving. Did you notice how when you come home from somewhere, your dog never gets snarky with you or says, "Where have you been?" or "Where's my dinner?" Well, they probably will say, "Where's my dinner?" But there's that sense of true total love that comes from an animal. Sometimes it's people in nature. You know, when you're in nature, you feel so connected to the divine, and there's peace and quiet that gives you strength when you have to go be with loved ones that are a little trying. Okay, so my name is Catherine. We're off to the races here. I'm going to draw a card first just for the collective. What is it that the universe, God, the divine would like us to know about love today? So let's draw a card, first card for the collective. What's the theme of the day? And bingo, ding, ding, ding. The first card of the day is the fact that there is so much power in fresh starts. This could be a fresh start with your loved one that you're with right now. It could suggest a reunion, someone reaching back. In fact, today's little mini reading was about that exactly, that there's somebody from the past. I feel that energy quite strongly this week. I don't know what's going on, but some people this week are going to hear from a past relationship. Could be a past sibling, could be a family member, or it could be an ex. But somebody wants to come forward and request a fresh start. These two hands, looking like they are kind of straight up, these are not clasping and clinging. So I feel like in the collective today that the universe is asking us to be open. If someone comes to us, perhaps they have an apology, or perhaps they're going to own what happened, or perhaps they're going to bring you a gift you were not expecting. But to pick this card first in our love readings is super exciting. If you were having a personal reading with me for love and we pulled this card, I'd be thrilled for you. And then we'd pull the rest of the cards and we would get more depth about who this is, what's happening next. Okay, so anybody want to join me? If you'd like a card, just add your comment. And what we're doing today, just to practice appreciation, is to mention something to me that you appreciate. It could be that you appreciate that you found this reading. It could be that you appreciate that you woke up this morning. I really don't care what it is, but I know that I need to feed my spirit gratitude in order to keep my confidence growing. When I stop appreciating, I fall into well, it's not depressed. It's more like lethargic. You know what that means? Where you just feel lazy and you don't want to do anything. That's why appreciation feeds the motor. Okay, so I'm going to pull another card for those of you who are watching. Do you know, guess what, you guys? I've discovered that a lot of people watch and listen to these readings at work. Now, I'm not sure their bosses are thrilled about that, but that's why they can't make comments. And somebody said, I'm watching and I love it, but I can't make a comment. So if that's you, this is your card. Let's see what's coming next when it comes to love. All right. I knew it. When I woke up out of bed this morning, I wanted to do these readings immediately, the single cards, because I have found over time you can draw so much energy from a single card. So if you are watching this and your heart just leapt a little bit when you saw the joy of this figure, this goes so much with card number 1, doesn't it? Fresh start. But the 19 here, the sun, that number 19 might be quite significant for you. Your birthday may be falling right about now. But when I see that flash in the sky, do you know that sometimes when you see a flash in the sky, it can be scary? It can be intimidating, and sometimes there's solar flares. I don't know much about this, and I can't even believe I'm saying this, but sometimes when there's a solar flare, it can disrupt the communications here on our planet, and it can make emails not go through. It can make computers have glitches, that type of thing, because the energy surge is so strong. But the other news is that when we focus on what is the brightest light, what's going on right now, it might be scary. It might be scary to take a chance on something. So I feel that this card is especially for someone who has wanted love for a very long time and they've prayed for it. And darling, the universe wants you to know that there is an intensity to what you're asking for, okay? And yes, having a soulmate fills your soul and heart and mind with love and light, but it also stings because the heat of the passion can have a sharp edge to it. And sometimes we're so afraid of conflict that we close ourselves off to love. And that's not fair to you. So, for whatever reason, I'm feeling like there's such a great opportunity here for people, but you mustn't be afraid of the pain of love. There are going to be times that your person is going to accidentally hurt your feelings or even have to make a life choice that's painful for you. But when you have that true committed love and you guys are, what do you call it? Collaborative, right? A collaborative effort to get through hard times instead of pretending you're going to find a soulmate with absolutely no problems, okay? So this is a wide open yes, yes, yes. And it goes with our card, our first card today for the collective, because there is something happening midsummer. There's a lot of juicy stuff going on, and I want you to be available for it, okay? So everybody's so shy. Nobody wants a card? Does that mean you're all satisfied with your love lives? Great. Let's pull a card for people that are already. Hi, Casey. Bless you. Welcome. To get your, I would love to draw you a card. All you need to do is put something into the comments that you appreciate today, something about your life that's going right. That's like your payment, because I really feel like the fair exchange. Wonderful. So, Casey, what are you grateful for? What do you appreciate? My hands are ready to draw a card for you. You know what? Doing these readings is so meaningful for me. Oh, wonderful, Lisa. Thank you. Because, in my little community, I live in a community where it's pretty religious. Thank you, Casey. And so I can't really go out and do readings in my community. In fact, in my little village, it's against the rules to be a tarot reader, for Pete's sake. So being here with you guys, that you accept the readings, that you value the readings, it fills my heart with joy. So today we're doing readings for people who are grateful or appreciate something. And if that's you, welcome aboard. So we have Casey first and then Lisa. I love when I look through the comments and see all these gratitudes. My heart just sings. So, Casey, let's draw a card for you. Now, remember, when you're in for love reading, a lot of people come for romance, and that's all good. But sometimes it's love of a family member or even a work situation. Oh, Casey, guess what just happened? I pulled the deck, and this card fell out. I was going to pick this card for you, but this card fell out. So I love that, Casey. Let's see what we have. Beautiful Seven of Pentacles. So, Casey, this is one of my favorite cards because this is about patience and confidence. There is lots growing underground for you, Casey. There are things developing that you can't see. Sometimes it can be distressing when you don't see the plant and the fruit. When all of the growth is internal, it can be difficult because you don't see signs of progress. Or when you look at that little plant, there's no fruit, right? There's no fruit on the plant. So what's happening? But what I love is this shower of light. Can you see it coming from his hand? And you know how sometimes they say that attention, how is it? Attention goes where intention flows. No, I always get that backwards. But when you have the strong intention to create more loving relationships in your life and you simply hold on to your intention, the attention that you're paying, it grows the roots of what you're growing. When I see all seven of these different rootlets, it suggests to me, Casey, that there are so many people that really care for you. It could be partly family and partly romantic, and certainly at work. But what's important for you is to stay in that gratitude. Even though I'm not fully, excuse me, even though I'm not where I want to be, I know I'm not where I used to be. I trust that what I'm growing within my being is attracting more and more love to my life. And I'm tempted to tell you one more little bit, Casey. This morning I was out on my walk and there were a couple, three people out early. And I took the time to greet them. And I had this one encounter. My heart nearly burst. The woman was so sweet. And I was aware that in that moment of connection with that woman, it felt even deeper than some of my family right now. I know that sounds weird, but there's so much pent up expectation and disappointment sometimes with older relationships that even with a stranger, you can share a moment that lights you up. And so I hope that resonates with you, Casey. Another thing, see all this yellow in the background? Yellow is always a color of abundance and the sun. And the sun did come out earlier in this reading. So I feel like you're absolutely on the right track. So important to keep your intentions clear and lead with gratitude. Okay? Welcome if you're just getting here. I'm Catherine, doing love readings here for a while. And what I want in return is a gratitude or an appreciation. That's your ticket to your card reading today. So, oopsie, sorry. I lost my, oh, there. Okay, so next we have Lisa. Okay, Lisa, thank you. Remember, if you want a reading, throw in a gratitude and I will get to you, I promise. Also, of course, if you're enjoying the reading, subscribing will bring you back to my daily live one card readings. And also, it will let YouTube know that you're enjoying this and more people can come to the party. Okay, so Lisa, I appreciate that you have your mom and dad with you too. Murphy, no time for growling. We're doing a reading now, okay? He's kind of like a Siamese cat. He'll talk to me. Okay, so for Lisa, what is the card today? Alrighty. And Lisa, oh, you have the card of longing. Okay, the card of longing. To long for something, to yearn for it, to desire deeply. So when I look at this, Lisa, I just get the sense that you have, honestly, I feel that there's been some heartbreak in your past. And I'm always aware of this, the prep, like this, the preparation that's going on here, the globe, the van, the wanting to go, wanting to travel, and yet there's a sense of missing out. There's, look at how she's behind that window and the beautiful sky. Now, this orange yellow color has kind of been in every card so far, and it echoes to me this feeling I have that July is just full of juicy opportunity. However, we are being called to not only prepare, but to get ready for action. So, Lisa, I feel like in your situation, when it comes to love, for you to begin to make a plan, what would you do if your love situation changed? Grab a piece of paper. You know me, I'm always saying grab a piece of paper, but grab a piece of paper and do some writing today. How will your life change when your love situation changes? You're just about ready to take an action step, but there's something in you that's feeling a bit fearful. I even feel this card trembling in my hands. And so I feel like you may be shy or you may be unsure about going forward. So even writing yourself a letter, dear Lisa, when your love situation is solved, this is how your life will look. I think that will soothe some of that longing that you feel, and it also puts your intention in more a concrete form. Also, there are a couple of readings in the live part of my site that are about love, and those I actually use more cards. So just scroll through the lives and see if there's something in there that might answer question for you, okay? So that's Lisa's message. Remember, if you're here for the first time, I'm Catherine, and I love doing pick a card readings for you all. It connects me to the loving energy around the planet. And hi, Casal, welcome, and Muds Vods, welcome. And I am so grateful that you're here. Oh, thanks, Casey. Okay, now I would love to do your Hey, Mr. Sandman. Um, okay, so Lisa, when you with your card, what I'm seeing is that for you, I love that you commented that for me, because when you follow that advice that I gave, right? Get out a piece of paper and write a letter to yourself, Lisa. Dear Lisa, when I have my perfect love, or when that person's with me, this is what will be happening in my life. That's the best action step for you to take. And Lisa, I will tell you, if you guys want a full reading from me, there's an easy way to do it. See this email address here? If you write me your question in an email, I will use your theme. I will use your question for one of my longer readings, and then I'll pull you cards for you personally, Lisa, at the end of that reading. Okay? So, but with the one card, what I hope that people see is how much guidance there can be in just one card. So imagine if you had 10 cards laid out for you, right? And that's just what happens in the longer readings. So if you want a reading, put a gratitude or a thank you in there. All right, Hums, I'm assuming. Welcome. Welcome. Mr. Sandman, you already asked me that. Cute. But you need to put a thank you in there. Thank you. And these are going to be about love. Thank you, that Desi girl. Make sure to put what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? You guys are so cute. Your questions are very cool and I love them, but the only ones that I would love that, Desi girl. All you have to do is put a thank you. What are you appreciating? What's going good in your life? Hi, Santini. Welcome. Hey, Lisa. Lisa, you know what? I would definitely email me, because that's a perfect theme. Because when you have carried love for somebody for so many years, that would be a great question, because you're not the only one. There's a lot of people that are choosing singleness. Well, you may argue with me, but you're choosing singleness rather than there's something missing, and it's within you. Okay. Hi, Santhini. Welcome. Hi, BOD. Hi, Tim. Aries, love Aries. Hi, Eshkita. Okay, let's have some thank yous. Hey, Holy, welcome. Oh, Green Aventurine! Yay! You know what? Private readings are great birthday gifts. Excellent. So, all we're doing today to get your reading is to be Shell. Thank you. We are celebrating appreciation and gratitude today. So, you know how sometimes you have to pay for a reading with money? Well, today you're paying with gratitudes. No kidding. And so, Shell came on here and said, "Thank you. I am grateful for love of truth." So I am going to draw for Shell. Thank you so much for throwing your gratitude and praise into this message, because we all need to be thankful for what we already have. So let's draw one for Shell. I love your name, Shell. This is for Shell when it comes to love. Oh, you know what? This happened again. It's the same thing that happened for Casey. This card dropped out. So I love that. I love my cards so much, but when the cards kind of behave weird, I always pay attention. So, Shell, here's your card. Oh, okay, Shell. So there's a part of you. Now, this is what's difficult. If you are a positive thinker and you really try to keep an upbeat mood all the time, then you're kind of like me. But the thing is, if you're still waiting for love, Shell, or if something in your life is just not bright enough, there's a part of you, a small part, that is afraid. Okay. So this part of you is, you know how it is to kind of want to hide from something, not wanting to see the truth. And even though most of you might be very sure about what it is you're wanting, there's a part of you that feels it's impossible. So let's take a breath. I resonate with this. Having been through some tough, I'm 71, so good grief, I have seen my share of heartbreak over time. And I know that part of me, when I get upset and sad, it's because I'm not seeing the key. See the key? If she would just lift her head and turn slightly, she would see that everything she wants is so close she can touch it. So, Shell, there's some information in the description box that I think will be helpful for you. Not just you, for everyone. But it starts off with something called the first step. And it's actually a little quiz you can take to see what your love profile is. That might give you some information. And then, secondly, there's the soulmate generator. It's in the description box. It's a tool to help you tune up your vibration for soulmate love. In order to do that, you need to sweep out the cobwebs of old relationships, even with your parents. Sometimes your parents didn't get along so good like mine, and I didn't know how to trust people because I watched them struggle and fight and, not be nice to one another. And that kind of trained me to be so careful not to hurt people's feelings. I shut the door on my own future. Because remember, you guys who were not here in the beginning of the reading, whoopsie, I don't want to start it on fire. This is the key for me with understanding sustainable love, being able to handle both sides, the overwhelming joy, orgasmic joy, you know what I mean? But on the other hand, the pain, because no one can hurt you as much as someone who loves you. Once you become vulnerable and you let that person in, there's only your own ability to keep your head on straight, because you have to be aware that pain is a part of love. Now, I will refer you, Shell, to a woman online named Esther Perel, Perel. She has a YouTube channel. She's an expert in helping people deal with friction or conflict in a relationship. And she is a believer, as many I'm not a marriage counselor, but many of them say it's the conflict that really creates the juice, because learning how to deal with that conflict creates incredible intimacy. Okay, so there you go, Shell. Be sure to email me if this is if this is meaningful to you. If you guys think of a question you want to ask me about love, I do love readings on the regular, and I will use your question in my reading, and you'll get like, what is it? It's 4 times 3, 12 cards, all geared towards your question. And that's like a free private, it's like a free private reading. If that turns you on, email me. Okay, so remember, you need to put in a gratitude. So, Akshita, thank you. I see. Thank you so much, universe. Just to be able, thank you, BOD. Oh, still alive and clean. Yes. And Akshita, thank you. I love that. Just the gratitude to the universe just for being here. So, may I draw you a card, please? Akshita, let's see what we have for you, my darling. Oh, I love this. This is my teamwork card. This is the card that expresses that collaborative energy. I think at your heart of hearts, Akshita, you are such a loving being. And what it is that you're wanting to manifest when it comes to love is very, I'm going to use the word holistic. It shows me that you have humility and you have the heart to create a team. I believe what the universe is saying to you is to just stay clear on what it is that you really want when it comes to love. This is another one where I really like to use paper and pencil and to be able to just, you may have already written a list of what you want in love, and that's good. But today it's a new day. And it's right in this full moon energy in Capricorn, which is very strong. I'm not an astrologer, but I feel like my foundations have been shook up this week. So I feel like the universe is asking you to just go back and look carefully. Make sure that the things that you used to think you want in a relationship several years ago is still good for you now, because with life going by, you may have some of your deal breakers from the past just simply may not be true for you anymore. Okay, Akshita? Wonderful energy. I love that for you. Okay, BOD 89, thank you. I love that, just being grateful you're still alive. I went through a health crisis a few years ago, and I do. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, hey, I'm still here. Yay. So, when it comes to love, what do you have for our friend BOD? Thank you guys for being along today. So fun to read these cards for you. I only wish it'd be cool if I could hear your voices and see your eyes, but we have to depend on the beautiful texting. BOD, what do we have? Oh, the judgment card. Okay, let me just take a minute. Let's take a breath with me, BOD. It seems to me that in your situation, my dear friend, is that there's a little bit of self-judgment, a little bit of self-criticism, that through your work and the fact that you are cleaning up your life. And I like how Abraham Hicks talks about cleaning up your vibration. And what that means is like your magnetism, your personal charisma. What are you attracting? So, what's happened in the past, I think, for you, BOD, is that you've attracted the wrong kind of, shit, right? I mean, no offense to any of y'all, but you have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, correct, BOD? You've gotten yourself into some trouble and you've decided with your mind, your heart, your intellect that you are going to be different. You're going to claim life. I'm feeling in my gut just this resolution. I will get over this. And I support you 100%. What the universe is saying is you to be able to set yourself free completely. It's the idea of self-forgiveness. I have a feeling this is not a new message for you, BOD, but what's unusual is you're hearing it from me, right? I'm a stranger. So if your friends and family have been telling you you're too hard on yourself, you've got to let go of things. This is confirmation for you. Now, if you go into the description box, there's, excuse me, there's something called the worry cure. And that's I created that years ago to help myself because I had gone to therapy and I had done a lot of work, but there was something in my energy, something in my confidence that was holding me down. And I realized that it was me because I was so disappointed in my own choices. But you know what? We're just human. We're trying to learn how to be human. And BOD, you're doing a great job. Look at how happy she looks. Look at that thrill. Gender doesn't matter here, but when you do get your, if you allow your energy to catch up with your intellect and your heart, you're going to feel a surge of life. Okay, so please take advantage of those tools that are in the description box. Try them out, they get great results. Oh, one other thing, I do tapping, and I think today I'm going to do a reading later today, where it's a regular 3-card reading, and I'm going to do a tapping demonstration at the end of that one because I've been tapping for 20 years, and I always refer to Brad Yates, and he's in my community tab, because tapping works and it's so easy. And once you learn how to do it yourself, you can do it every day. Okay, so BOD, I hope you got something out of that. I hope it's a connect for you, and thank you for your gratitudes. So, hello, Jessica. Wonderful. Thank you, you guys. You have no idea. This is changing me to have you put your gratitudes in there. Do you know how many tarot readers have just the list of the longings and the list of the yearnings? And yet, look at how this uplifts everyone to see these gratitudes. Okay, wonderful. So we have Jessica, grateful for loving myself. Oh, and that's kind of miraculous, isn't it, Jessica? It probably took you some blood, sweat, and tears to get that to that place of self-love, and I appreciate you for that. Okay, so we're going to draw one card, and you are asking about your person, but of course I can't read his energy, or their energy, as well as I can read yours because you're here. So what does the universe want you to know about your question? Let's cut the cards here. Oopsie. Okay. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, something is out of timing. Okay, I love this card so much because it reminds me of the people that are so close to get to what they want. They're so close, but there's this feeling of chasing. And many of the manifesting teachers will use that quote, "We don't chase, we attract." Okay, so something is chasing. This knight actually should be riding the motorcycle, right? So what this tells me, Jessica, is that there's stress here for you, kind of like demanding to know something when it's unknowable right now, because your person does have their life and their choices, etc. However, if this is intended to be a person for you to invest your time with, it's important that everything rests for a minute. Let's all take a breath, just as a signal. How many of y'all who are watching this reading are in exactly Jessica's position? You love someone, you're not with them. Okay, look at how that bird is flying away. So, what's happening is there's a mismatch of energy and intention. It would be really good for you, Jessica, to hop onto YouTube and just do a search for self love meditations or inner child meditations. And even though your skill at loving yourself has improved, there's still a part of you that is aching for a deep connection, and your person may be sensing it. I heard Abraham say this quote once, and it really got my attention. They said, "No one wants to be someone's everything. No one wants to be someone's everything." What does that mean? Well, it's so heavy. What if you think that your other person is your source, right? That when that person comes, you won't be unhappy anymore, you won't have any more money problems, you'll get plenty of sex, and they'll give you everything they want. And you know what? That's like a teenage nightmare. There's no person that could be that for anyone. So when you begin to understand your relationship with your own source, with that part of you that is larger than life and invisible, it's that soulmatedness that creates the timing for love to come in. Is this person your person? We don't know. But what we do know right now is that one or both of you has so much fear of missing out, FOMO, that they're chasing it away. And those self love or inner child meditations get you centered. And listen, you guys, Michael Seeley is my hero. His voice, his tempo, his speaking of how to train the brain is so meaningful to me right now. He's just one of millions on YouTube. I like to suggest the ones I use because y'all are attracted to my vibe. But deepening your relationship with yourself will get rid of this chasey energy. Okay? Jessica, go forth and prosper. I am so grateful you're here today. Okay, let's go on. Green Aventurine, welcome. Hey, you guys, Green Aventurine and me are, that's not good English, but we're going to do a team. I'm so excited to have my relationship with her, Gigi, and she and I are going to do exactly this kind of reading. And then we're going to switch back and forth, and it'll be very fun. I love collaborating, so please watch. Go join her channel right now and make sure that you join mine, and then you will be notified when we have our joint reading. And Gigi, let's set that up soon, okay? Okay, great. And by the way, I'm going to do a little bit of a request here. Any of you all who have a deck of cards or a oracle deck or a tarot deck, I'm looking for partners to do a little project with. It's so easy. You guys are going to love it. But shoot me an email if you're willing and able and want to help me out with a collaboration, okay? And Green Aventurine, let's grateful for having a comfortable home, plenty of food, and a lot of creative energy. Yay, I'm giving you a standing ovation for that one. That rings my bell. So let's pick a card for Green Aventurine when it comes to love. And also, guys, if you're already in a relationship, that either way, whether you're in one or out of one, these love readings will help you to have a better definition of what it is that's possible for you. So let's pick a card for Green Aventurine. I will tell you that Green Aventurine has the best tarot card collection ever. And plus, she does these awesome music videos. You just got to go check her out. Okay, so Green Aventurine. Isn't that great? This is one of my favorite cards in the deck because it shows great progress. It does not show you're there yet. And you know what? The irony of life, you're never there yet. Abraham, some lady asked a question one time and she said, but Abraham, aren't we supposed to be overjoyed when we receive our thing? Aren't we supposed to be like over the moon? And she said, well, of course, for a minute, but then after that, you will be wanting something else. So, Green Aventurine, I feel like you are being called to appreciate that you're only halfway there. The suit of the wands goes from ace all the way to king. And what is the meaning when the six of wands gets all of this celebration? It's because they've just gotten through a really hard thing. It's like an obstacle course. Do you guys watch that show Survivor? Or the great, what is that one? There's that race that cross the world where they have to do all those tasks. That is what's going on here. Life is like an obstacle course. We cannot protect ourselves from the things that happen. Life deals cards that can be difficult. Look around you. You will see a lot of people in turmoil. But what I see for you, Miss Gigi, is that I never saw, until I owned this deck for a while, all of those hands raising. Okay, so what it shows me is you can prepare for a flood. Your channel is going to become greater than you hoped. You have so much surrender and willingness that you're attracting people that have that same desire. Surrender, willingness, and personal responsibility, wanting to do what it takes to turn their life around. The more you do, the more support you give to your own self by staying into that posture, the more success will come. And I love that you raised those hands. Now you got to freak out a little bit, Gigi. Look at you, rose your hands before I drew this card. If that isn't confirmation, I don't know what is. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And you guys, Green Aventuring is going to be my partner sometime soon, and we're going to do readings together. I can't wait. So thank you so much. Those of you who are just joining me, please go over and subscribe to Green Aventuring. Shell, you are so welcome. And Santini, being grateful for life. Isn't that true? It's like the after you go through a serious illness, you do, I mean, you have more gratitude for life when you've had a near-death experience. And I met someone on Friday who was here in the readings who had a heart transplant. I mean, those kinds of things, when you look death right in the in the eye, and you say, you know, I'm doing it. I'm having this heart transplant. You have no idea. When you go under the knife, you don't know if you're going to live or die. And once you go through that, you have a willingness to be grateful for life. I do. I said earlier, every time I wake up, I think to myself, I'm still here. And I wonder what it'll be like when I wake up and I'm there, you know, and trying to live with peace with all of that. So I support you, Santini. Let's draw a card for you when it comes to love. Okay, Gazal, we need to have gratitudes. That's what is bringing the readings today. That's your payment. It's just being grateful for something. And if you're really down and you're having a difficult time, you can always be grateful for your breath. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches so much about pranic breathing, and I love that. And Brad Yates over on Tap with Brad talks about the breath, and that if you want to take a deeper breath right now, let's everybody take the deepest breath you can. Ready? Was there a little stop sign that came up and said, stop, you only get half a breath? No, oxygen is always there for us. And you know what? We couldn't live without it. So to me, when you can be grateful for the air you breathe, it sounds so infantile, babyish, but it's not, because if we didn't have oxygen, we'd be in a heap of trouble. Okay, Santini, what do we have? Beautiful. Love, 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 Three of Cups. Look at that. This is reminds me of the Big Dipper constellation up in the sky. And when I was a little girl, I always used to like that. And now that I'm an adult, I look at the dippers in the stars as if they're pouring out love from the universe. And what this is showing with these three figures walking away, that Santini, there's something in your energy that is pulling you to changing your direction a little bit and allowing yourself to create friendships and focusing on creating friendships right now rather than a love relationship. There's something about your ability to learn how to have fun and to be with people that enjoy your company that are not connected to love. It could be because our whole world's been so crazy the last few years, and it could be that you're a bit isolated, or you could be a bit of a fish out of water like me that just feels awkward out in public. But the energy of collaboration here, of love and friendship, is more important for you right now than romance. I don't know why that's true for you, Santini, but I feel like that last thing I said about how nobody wants to be somebody's everything, that our partner that we attract is not supposed to be, excuse me, not supposed to represent all of humanity, right? When your person comes in, if you don't have friendships and energy coming into your life from other people, you have too much need from a partner. If you need things too much, the partners can run away because it feels too heavy. Remember that Source is the creator of love, Source is the provider of love, and that as you knit yourself together with other people with shared beliefs, your energy is going to change so much. And then your friends may tell you, you know what? my brother-in-law is coming to town and he's single and I would love to have you meet him. Or somebody might say, so and so has a sister that is beautiful and I would love to introduce you. Whatever your gender, it doesn't matter. But the lonelier you feel, the more you need something besides romance. Isn't that crazy? I hear myself saying these words and I think, what are you talking about? But I do know for sure that if you get involved as a volunteer, let's say you just go to your area food kitchen and you help serve food, or to the senior center and you help play bingo, or even to the pet rescue where you can help socialize pets for other people. When you meet volunteers, you meet a real quality person. And the more your social needs are satisfied outside of romance, the sexier you are. No kidding. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but I've been learning from every single card so far. We've done all of these cards, and I'm telling you, my own little spirit has been jumping up and down for each of these love readings. So I hope y'all are feeling nourished like it's a brunch, a spiritual brunch. Okay, all right, so we're looking for thank yous. Holy, bless you. Thank you. I am grateful for the peace, love, and forgiveness, and I'm grateful for that you have it. Absolutely fantastic. A beautiful gratitude. Thank you, thank you. Let's draw a card for holy. What is it that you have for holy when it comes to love today? Oh, this is an exciting card. This is a card of action. Look at those swords, excuse me, those wands all coming together at that point of ignition. You know how when you light a match and you can hear that sound and the fire strikes. So I see for you, Holy, that there is something coming your way that is going to get your attention. You won't miss it. And chances are it's going to come through an email or a text. This is often the card of technical, of a machine or technology being in between you and what it is that you're wanting. But mostly, I feel like this is spark, the spark inside that when you sense to yourself, oh, wow, wow, something will happen. And the first reaction a lot of times is fear, because it's like, what's that? But the truth is that your willingness to choose great gratitude and appreciation is just like a match that gets struck, right? So every time you feel discouraged or you feel disappointed, you might want to wear a bracelet. And when you catch yourself, because it's all about catching ourselves when we slip and feel that we're missing something. FOMO is a killer, that fear of missing out. It's a liar. It's a liar. When you walk down the street and you see a couple holding hands, look at my card shaking. When you walk down the street and you see a couple holding hands, and the very first thing you think is, oh, I want that so bad. I want that. And you can feel that energy coming up in you that squeezes your heart, but it's not happy energy. It's FOMO, right? Do you know what I always say to myself when I see a happy, happy couple? I say they must have just met. I love that. It balances my energy instantly, because it's true that the most lovey-dovey couples you see in public just met. They're in that bubble of chemistry. If you watch people at a restaurant, and Holy, this is your homework. The next time you're out in public, I want for you to look at the couples who aren't talking to each other, okay? You will see across the restaurant that most of the couples are just simply eating their food, or there's not really like a flirty chemistry relationship going on. So don't let FOMO cause you to be unrealistic. Remember, in the beginning of the reading, you may not have been here, Holy, I held up this figure, because when it comes to love, this is the truth of it. Yes, we have orgasmic joy. You know what I mean. Yes, we have someone saying, how was your day? Yes, we have someone we can tell our day about, blah, blah, blah. But we also have the potential for the worst pain ever. And I hate to tell you that, but I love to tell you that, because if you want to have a situation where there's no conflict, just not going to happen. All right. So the important thing to do is to balance yourself. And when you feel fearful, turn to gratitude. Also, please check out the work of Esther Perel. She has a YouTube channel, it's fantastic. And she teaches about how to deal with conflict. All right. Because fear of conflict or fear of disappointment will just make you weaker and weaker with your beliefs. Gratitude and appreciation goes up to the top of the chart. Also, there's a machine, a little, I call it a machine, but it's just a detachment tool called the Soulmate Generator. It's right in the description box. And so take advantage of those resources, okay? I have time for just another, maybe one, maybe two readings. So for those of you who are waiting in line, email me with your question and I will email you back on how I work my pick a cards, and I will love to answer your question. I would absolutely love to answer your question at no charge. Just email me. So let's see who my next gratitude person is. Aw, Shell, I love, please. I'm so glad that I was able to draw you a card today. Oh, it's so, and Shell, this again, you might just email me. And then this, honestly, this would be a great question. We have to both be equal, the dark and the light, and I choose light, but keep attracting the dark. That's an excellent question to do a full reading on. So do email me. I would love to see what the cards have to say. And thank you for Sandy for your message of love. I appreciate that. Hi, Tanzanite. Bless you. I'm so glad to see you here today. I'm just looking for a thank you. I'm looking for anything. Ah, oh, far out, Michelle, far out. Isn't that crazy? I'm sorry to say far out all the time, but wow. Okay, so you're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, Lotus, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jessica, wonderful. Again, I'm just looking for one more thank you. Anybody that gives me an appreciation, I see your questions and I love them. I love them. I thank you. But today we're just giving readings for people that share an appreciation. Okay, I'm going through, still see if I see any thank yous. I see your questions. Looking for things. So thank you that those of you who are listening to me, I appreciate that you don't have to ask a question, Emma. All you need to do is pick one thing you're grateful for. And there's a clue, you guys. I keep giving the clue. The clue is being grateful that you can breathe air, oxygen. I'm not kidding. That, even though your life is a complete mess and everybody has downturns, when you can start to say, even though my life's a mess, I'm grateful I can breathe. Even though my life's a mess, I'm grateful that oxygen is always there for me. Even though my life's a mess, I appreciate that I'm able to breathe whenever I want. And you guys, I know that sounds simplistic, but it really works. Okay, so I'm going down the list. Hi, Shannon. Welcome. I see all these questions. I'm just waiting for somebody to give an added appreciation or a thank you. Appreciate. Oh, Lauren, you're so sweet. Green Aventurine, I knew you would love that reading. Oh, Lauren, awesome. I'm so glad. I come live every day, Monday through Friday. So, y'all hit that subscribe button so you'll be informed. Hi, Matthew. Welcome. Welcome. I'm just sending love and sending my heart to all y'all, but I really need to have thank yous or appreciations. Oh, you're welcome, Holy. Thank you for coming. Law study, welcome. Hi, Liz. Matthew, gratitude is sadly not utilized enough and can really bring a person through the day. Everyone, I'm sure, is giving you appreciation for every reading. Oh, Matthew, Bless your heart. Thank you so much for saying that. And I appreciate you for saying that. And I'm going to let you be my final card, Matthew. And I will be back tomorrow for sure, same time. I decided to do this first thing in the morning when I wake up because I'm so excited to greet you all. So anybody who did not get a reading today, all you have to do is email me and I will pull cards for you. I swear. So give it a try. Matthew, thank you for appreciating me, appreciating y'all. Let's see what we have for you. And Matthew, we have this beautiful temperance card, and I feel like this is really important for you. I feel like this, thank you for helping me because this closes the reading with the same energy here. Okay, this is identical energy. In fact, I'm going to use this mask as my reminder of temperance because we must balance the dark and the light. And when you have a relationship, or even with your brother or your sister or your mom or dad or your aunts and uncles, all of them have a light side and a dark side. And when people are at their best, when you're at your best and you're with someone and they're at their best, it's fantastic. If you're at your worst and they're at their worst, that's devastating. In a good couple, in a couple that's communicating, hopefully when someone's having a really bad day and they're more in their darker mood, that you are in a good mood that will balance the relationship. And vice versa, if you are in that dark mood, wouldn't it be delicious if you had a partner who knew what you needed? Maybe you're the kind that wants to just be by yourself when you're upset. So important you tell your person because they may feel you've abandoned them or that you're rejecting them. And the bottom line is you're just preparing yourself to be your best person for your person. So I always look at the first or the first 6 letters of temperance, and it says temper. And I think being fearful of other people's temper can really hold people in place. So for you, Matthew, I thank you for that awareness that gratitude is not as valued as it could be. And I know, like right now, I'm aware of these little birds that are so far away. They're so far away you can't even tell they're birds. They look like specks of dust. And that, Matthew, I think if you turn around, it's like something in it that's coming your way. You can't see it, but it's going to bring tremendous blessing to you. You just don't see it coming. So stay in balance, do your best to stay in that gratitude, and watch for the breadcrumbs of the universe. Okay? Thank you guys so much. I got to scoot. I got a busy day today. I had so much fun this morning. I wish I could answer all your questions. It's just not enough time, but I love all the gratitudes and all the appreciations. You decorated my my channel with love and joy today like never before. I've never had this much gratitude expressed, and I'm over the moon about it. So keep your eye peeled. I'm going on live later on today because it's Money Monday. I always do pick a card around money, and I'll be putting that up a little bit later today. I hope I see you then. But meanwhile, I will look forward to tomorrow morning when I will be back doing readings, and we'll see what the theme will be tomorrow. But love is important, and I'll do that as often as possible. So, my dear friends, let me just blow out my candle here, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, and look somebody in the eye today and just tell them you appreciate them. It's a really cool thing to be able to do. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.